Hello and welcome back. Dear learners, so far we have learned about the Russian alphabet and vowels and consonants. As you already know that in Russian language, vowels and consonants play a very significant role. With a few examples, we have make you understand that how these vowels and consonants, when combined together, they produce different sounds. With the combination of these vowels and consonants, we have also made a few words which actually build up your vocabulary, and with the help of these words, we have also made a few sentences. While making the sentences, we have used the interrogative and affirmative, and with the help of these interrogative and affirmative sentences, we have learned about the intonation. We have also learned about the devoicing of consonants in Russian speech. Now, in this lesson, we will be covering all these consonants which are devoiced. So, shall we go ahead? Dear learners, we will pay attention to this exercise and we will see that how these words are used in singular and plural. I will give you a few examples in Russian. The singular word are guba, riba, karta, gruppa, komnata and anarada. The plural, the fundamental rule of changing singular into plural are, we put e at the end, like guba, gubi, riba, ribi, karta, karti, gruppa, gruppi, komnata, komnati, and if we are saying anarada, it would change into ani radi. Let us take a few more examples of singular and plural. Sad, sadi, zavod, zavodi, zub, zubi, banan, banani, vapros, vaprosi and on gatov, ani gatovi. We will all be revising these words to help you, make you understand the meaning of these words as well as the role of these words in the Russian speech. Let us repeat the words once again. Guba, riba, karta, gruppa, komnata and anarada. Sad, zavod, zub, banan, vapros and on gatov. Let us learn a few examples of these words being used in a sentence. The sentences are again constructed in interrogative as well as in affirmative. Это рыбы. Да, это рыбы. Это комнаты. Да, это комнаты. Это карты. Да, это карты. Это бананы. Да, это бананы. So, dear learners, here we have used the plural of the nouns in interrogative. The intonation again is rising at the end. For example, это рыбы, это карты, etc. While answering to them, we are using the word da, which means yes, to make it an affirmative sentence. For example, Да, это рыбы. Да, это карты. With the help of exercise, you will be able to understand the role of intonation and stress sign again, and you can also use several words and make your own interrogative as well as affirmative sentences. Let us learn a few more letters. The letter L we are using here with the combination of several vowels. La, lo, lu, al, ol, ul. As we have already told you earlier that with the help of combination of these vowels and consonants, you will be able to differentiate between the sound of vowel and consonant in a correct and efficient manner. As well as by learning the combination of these vowels and consonants together, you are understanding the basic of Russian phonetics. Let us learn a few words. Slava, slova, glagol, slon, dolga. While making the plural of all the singular nouns, we have seen that we are putting an E at the end, but if you remember that in the beginning we have used the word slova, instead of saying slava, we are trying to make you understand that the intonation as well as the stress sign play a very significant role. If I am saying the word slova, it is in singular, which means a word. If the stress sign changes from O to the second O, it will change into slava, which means words. Likewise, we have words glagol, it will change into glagoli, slon, slunny, and dolga is an expression which means for a long time does not change. Let us learn a few more words. Oblaka, Luna, Volga, Luk, Malako, Salat, Kalbasa, Masla. If you remember that on the word we have put a stress sign, so that you will be able to understand the exact pronunciation of these words. Let us take the first word here, Oblaka. Oblaka. Here again the sound at the end is coming as A in place of O, and here the stress sign play a vital role. That is why the pronunciation of the word oblaka is coming like that, whereas the spelling is O, B, L, A, K, O, but the pronunciation is coming as oblaka. Likewise, Luna, Volga, Luk, Malako, Salat, Kalbasa and Masla. In Masla also the same rule applies. Let us learn the meaning of these words. Oblaka means cloud, Luna means moon, Volga means the river Volga, Luk means onion, Malako means milk, Salat means salad, Kalbasa means salami, which is again very popular in Russia, and Masla, which means butter. Let us learn a few more such words. Lob, which means forehead. If we pay attention to the devoicing of consonant at the end, ba is changing into pa. That is why the pronunciation is coming as lob instead of lob. Lob, lob, volasi, волосы, горло, горло, глаза, глаза and голос. Let us learn the meaning of these words. Lobe means forehead, волосы means hairs, горло means throat, глаза means eyes and голос means voice. Now, we will be making the singular to the plural of these words. Stol, gлагол, lampa, they changes into столы, глаголы, lamпы. Please pay attention to the plurals once again. Столы, глаголы and lamпы. Let us listen to a few sentences. With the help of these words, when combined together, we are making again the interrogative and affirmative sentences. Это столы. Да, это столы. Это лампы. Да, это лампы. Это класс. Да, это класс. For using a class, we are using the same word in Russian as well, class. And for lesson, we have another word in Russian, it is урок. Let us learn a few more interrogative and affirmative sentences. Это салат. Да, это салат. Это полка. Да, это полка. Это мыло. Да, это мыло. So, with the help of intonation, if you are only listening to a Russian speaker, you will be able to understand and make out the exact meaning of his expression. That is why in the beginning itself we have specifically told you to pay attention to the intonation in Russian. Let us learn a few more sentences. Lampa тут? Да, лампа тут. Полка справа? Да, полка справа. Стол и стул там? Да, стол и стул там. Let us learn a few more words. Lampa, stol, stool, polka. Let us learn the meaning of these words. Lampa means lamp, stol means table, stool means chair and polka means shelf. A few more words have been introduced here to build up your vocabulary. Let us learn them once again. Kukla, mıyla, zal, pole, class, patalok and klub. Dear learners, if we pay attention to the last word klub, the devoicing of consonant is playing an important role here. That is why when we are pronouncing the word klub, the pronunciation is coming klub, because the fundamental rule of devoicing of consonants is playing a vital role. Let us learn the meaning of these words. Kukla means doll, mıyla means soap, zal means hall, pole means floor, class means class as we have told you earlier, patalok means ceiling and klub which means club. Let us listen to these sentences now. With the help of all these words which we have just learned, we have made a small paragraph. Вот комната, там окно, справа полка, там книги, в углу стол, там молоко, масло, рыба и фрукты. Тут лампа. So, by learning these small passages, you will be able to understand the structure of the sentence, the nature of the sentence, and the intonation we have used to describe the exact expression of the sentence. You have also learned a few words so far which have been used in this passage, like komnata, okno, sprava, polka, knigi, stol, молоко, масло, рыба, фрукты, and lampa. So, all these words are known to you, and with the fundamental of Russian speech we have constructed a few sentences, and all these sentences have been combined together to make a small paragraph. You are also advised to make your own small sentences, combine them together and make small passages like this. Dear learners, in this lesson we have covered the Russian phonetics, the devoicing of consonants and vowels, and we have seen that how these devoicing of consonants play a significant role in the Russian speech. By combining the devoiced consonants and vowels, we have seen how the sound of these vowels and consonants are distinguished. We have also seen that by combining words we make sentences, and by combining sentences we are making a small passages. Let us revise a few words once again so that we will be able to understand them clearly. Guba, riba, karta, gruppa, komnata, sad, zavod, zub, banan, vapros, and I am revising all the words in singular, because if you learn the singular of these words, then you will be able to make the plural of the nouns very easily by just placing uy at the end. Slova, glagol, slon, oblaka, luna, Volga, luk, молоко, салат, колбаса, масло, лоб, волосы, горло, глаза, голос. Let us learn a few more sentences which we have just revised. With the help of these words, we will make a few sentences. Let us make interrogative and affirmative. Let us take first word, lampa. I am making an interrogative sentence now. Это lampa. And now I am going to make an affirmative sentence by using the in the beginning. Да, это лампа. Это стол. Да, это стол. Это стул. Да, это стул. Это полка. Да, это полка. And randomly we can choose any other word which we have learned so far and use them in our speech. We need to only pay attention to the intonation, so that any listener of Russian will make out and will be able to understand that how the intonation of the expression is actually meaning into an interrogative or an affirmative sentence. Let me take a few more examples here. Let us take the word мыло. Это мыло. Это мыло. Да, это мыло. So here we are using three different style of making three different type of sentences. The first sentence was это мыло, a simple sentence which means this is a soap. Это мыло, which means is this a soap, an interrogative sentence, and да, это мыло, an affirmative sentence, which means yes, this is a soap. And likewise we can use different other words in our speech. Let us revise this passage once again before we conclude this lesson. Вот комната, this is the room. Там окно, here's the window. Справа полка, on the right is a shelf. Там книги, here's the books. В углу стол, в углу means in the corner, so it means в углу стол, it means the corner there is a table. Там молоко, here's milk. Там масло means here is butter. Там рыба means here is fish. И, which means and. Там фрукты, which means there are fruits. And тут лампа, and there is the lamp. Now we have understand the meaning of the passage. Let us repeat it once again. Вот комната, там окно. Справа полка, там книги, в углу стол, там молоко, масло, рыба и фрукты. Тут лампа. If we are combining all these words together, we are making a passage as we have understood earlier, and especially when I am using several words in one sentence, I am giving a pause. Let us understand this. Там молоко, масло, рыба и фрукты. The intonation is flat. If I would like to make interrogative sentences out of this passage, what should I do? I will make these sentences in interrogative while using the intonation. Вот комната will change into вот комната. If I am using там окно, I will say там окно. If I am saying справа полка, I will say справа полка. If I am saying там книги interrogative, then I will say там книги. If I am saying в углу стол, I will ask в углу стол. And if I am saying там молоко, масло, рыба и фрукты, again the same rule applies. At the end, the intonation will rise, and at the end, of course, тут лампа will again change likewise, like тут лампа. And out of this passage only, you can make a few more sentences like да, вот комната, да, там окно, да, справа полка, да, там книги, да, в углу стол, да, там молоко, масло, рыба и фрукты. And of course, да, тут лампа. So again, if we have paid attention to all these words and expressions, we are actually understanding the meaning of the words first, the role of intonation in a sentence, the use of intonation while making a sentence, and of course changing them into interrogative and affirmative sentence, and at the end making a complete passage or a paragraph. So likewise, so far we have learned many words and expressions in Russian here. Let us revise a few important phrases of Russian. Привет, which means hello. Спасибо, which means thank you. Как вас зовут, which means what is your name. Minya zavut, whatever the name you can add, which means my name is. And we have also learned a little about the personal pronouns. Ya means I, tu means you, singular, on means he, ana means she, and I have told you earlier that in Russian we have a third gender or the neuter gender, we use ano for that. Мы means we, вы means you, plural, like we say in Hindi, aap. So, in Russian also we always address somebody who is senior to us, or in a formal way we always use we. And of course, ani, which means they. By combining all these personal pronouns, we can replace any noun from these personal pronouns. Let us take an example. Это Антон. Here the noun is Anton. In place of Anton, because it is a male name, we can use on. Eta Anna, since Anna is a Russian name for females, we can use Anna. Anton y Anna, since now they are two, we can use they for them, and equivalent for they in Russian is ani. And likewise, in the coming lessons we will discover the role of verbs. Since verb, they play a very significant role in any languages and not only in Russian. But very special thing about Russian here is that these verbs are used in a perfective and imperfective manner. All these verbs, when we use them with prefixes. By adding prefixes to the Russian verbs, we make them perfective. And I understand and I believe that you are very curious to know more about these verbs. We will discover about the role of verbs in coming lessons. Thank you so much.